The Marketing Funnel Strategy Show. More leads. More sales. More predictability.
Introducing Jared Hyman, sales and marketing expert. Introducing Serena Carley, marketing and outsourcing expert.
Hey there everyone, welcome to the Marketing Funnels and Strategy Show. Hope you have had an amazing weekend. Super excited for today's episode. Serena is a little busy today, so she might jump on later on in this episode. So as you guys are tuning in, if you guys are watching live here on Facebook, just type hello into the comments so we can see you. And if you're watching the replay on Facebook, also, just type replay so we know that you're watching the replay. In today's episode, we're going to be talking about what to do when things get tough. Let's face it, business isn't for the faint-hearted. It is challenging at its best times. Then when other things externally can happen, or things come up, or you are going through just a challenging time personally, or you just had some real bad days in business, it can get and feel like the whole world is against you from time to time. And we know the feeling more than anyone, because being in an environment where we're delivering services, products, things like that to people, we want to make sure we're giving the best experiences. And then when you're putting yourself out there on social media every day, you can get your haters the same as anyone else. And, you do your best to serve. And then just sometimes either, personally things can be hard. Even some things that happen in business can be hard, or just you can be hit by both of them all at the same time. Or you could just feel not quite right of a day, etc. I know exactly what it's like and where you guys are coming from with it all too. And today what I want to do is I want to talk about, more so how do you go about dealing with days like this? How do you go about turning them into a positive? What can you do in order to, sort of learn from the experiences and the things that we have every single day that come up? And then, how do we turn that into fuel for the fire, right? Because, coming from a heavy sporting background myself, been through my share of really tough days in the saddle on a bike, right? And, that a lot of what happened from that side of things, from that health side, from that, focusing on wanting to be the best that I could in a sporting environment. Now, obviously, bringing that into business, I learned a lot of things through that. Obviously, I had a really good upbringing, so it was also sort of fueled that and enabled me to do that as well. So let us know in the comments, how do you go about dealing with things when times get tough? I'd love to hear. What is your thoughts? Add some value to people that watch this show and people that will come and watch the replay of this show as well. Let us know in the comments, how do you deal with things when things get tough? What do you do, right? How do you cope with it, right? I'm going to give my thought pattern today, but I'd love for you guys to actually add some value to people here that are coming to watch the show as well, right? Because it's not always about us, the true value of what we do. The more we give, the more we will receive in return as well, right? So, giving is the reason why it's called a present, right? Is, because we all live in the present, but more importantly as well, it's not always about us. If we could just say one thing that could help somebody to have a better day today, how to deal with it with something that's been tough for them today. Because no doubt, I'll tell you right this, people that will be watching this show today, some people will be having a really fucking shit day today. And if you guys just add some value to these people that are watching this show, I'm sure it will definitely be of huge benefit for them as well. So as you're tuning in, just say hey in the comments. I'm just going to be talking today and sharing my thoughts. Maybe Serena will join us today. And, for the same as you guys as well just add some value here to help some people. Hey, Mum, hope you're well. See, my biggest fan is here again today, right? But yet we still talk every Monday at 1 o'clock, right? And every Friday at 1 o'clock, no matter who's listening, right? My number one fan on the page is my mum. That's all right. One day there'll be millions, right? But in order to have millions on your page eventually, you've got to add value to what you've got right now as well, okay, which is great. Hey, Aaliyah, hope you're doing super well. I don't know who this is, but one of the Facebook users here says, put on some happy music and dance. Well, yeah, that definitely helps. Putting on some music and dancing, things like that is a fantastic way to be able to lighten up the mood, right? I tell you this right now. What we experience in our own minds in the moment is what we put there, okay? We chose to feel like that, right? We chose to feel down. We chose to feel angry. We chose to feel upset, right? Nobody else made us like this. So it is up to us as well. And might I also say, Aaliyah, it is really, really early in the UK at the moment. really early. 7 hours behind. Yeah, okay. It's pretty early. Well done for being up so early as well, by the way. So, dealing with challenges and what we put in our own mind is there. It's we put it there, so we can choose to change it. So doing something as simple as, one of the other users here has said, put on some happy music and dance is a great way to be able to change the mood. Tony Robbins says this best, right? He said, moving the body, right, and motion in the body also can change the state that we have. So if we're angry, we are upset, whatever, what happens most of the time is we hunch, right? We hunch. We turn our body down, right? We lean forward, we scrunch ourselves up like this. When we're angry, we're like this, right? That's why we all get the, freaking things on our head, the lines, right? Because we're scrunching ourselves up, we're angry, right? And, changing physiology is a huge way to be able to start changing that state, right? So if I look at like hard days in business, right? I'm going to relate this back to business to start with. So, for me, when I have a hard day, the first thing I like to do is I like to just get out of the house, get some fresh air, right? For me, it kind of helps me clear the mind. It helps me to be able to reset myself. A little bit of extra motion in the body, a bit of blood pumping definitely helps me as a person, right? So you got to take what you want, leave what you don't from this conversation today as well, because, a lot of what I'm going to give you works for me, may not necessarily work for you, but it could be just one thing I share with you today that will help you create some type of change. So I like to get out of the house. I like to sort of refresh my mind, get some sun, on my face. And I like to chug on a heap of water as well. So, I carry around, I haven't actually got it here with me. It's in the other end of the house at the moment. But I've got this big drink bottle. It holds 2 liters of water, and I just chug on it, right? Works really well for me. I just drink as much water as, I'll just scull as much as I can. And it just brings fresh water into my body. I'm out, I'm getting some fresh air. And, within about 20, 25 minutes, I'm usually pretty good. If I'm not, and I'm still not, I start looking at a bigger picture behind all of this as well. So number 2, what I really like to do is I've got a why around why I do what I do. I feel like I've been brought here onto this earth to help connect people with people and help people get solutions to their problems, right? So I see myself as just a big connector, and that's my why, right? I want to connect solutions to people to help people out. I want to free people from worry, right? Too many people are just worrying about the smallest of things in the world, and this is how Business Warriors came about, right? We want to turn people from business warriors, right? People that worry about things every day, worry about where the next lead's going to come from, worry about where the next sale is going to come from, worry about how they're going to make more money, that type of stuff, and turn them into business warriors where they've got the mindset that's necessary in order to move forward. But more importantly, they've got the systems, the processes that are predictable that can help them get the result that they're after in life and in business. So that's kind of the imprint that I want to bring to people. And if you look at a bigger vision, what Business Warriors is about, it's about becoming the #1 and most cutting edge sales and marketing company across Australia and New Zealand. We're definitely doing that at the moment, and we're expanding now. We've got clients in the UK or across actually 10 different countries now as well. So for a lot of the time when we get into these states where we've had really hard days, we've got to come back to our whys personally, why we're doing what we're doing, especially when it's been a hard day, right? We've got to go to the why as why we do what we do, and then connect, if it's a hard day in business, connect the bigger vision for what it is that you're creating to help yourself move forward, and changing that physiology are the biggest things for me. So for me, if I'm having a hard day, I'm out of the house, fresh air. I'm drinking heaps of water, right? Getting more water in my body. I find that if I get in really anxious states or have quite stressful days, etc., it's usually down to a couple of factors. Number one, I haven't moved my body for considerable amounts of time. Number two, I drink nowhere near enough water, right? Nowhere near enough water, and I'm dehydrated to shit. And number three, I haven't eaten enough good quality food. I find they're the biggest things for me. And if I go sometimes a day or 2 days of, not eating right, not working out or doing some type of exercise, walking, fresh air, something, and I don't drink enough water, that's when, I will start to feel like this, right? I'm a human being, same as all of you guys, right? But you've got to know and understand yourself. It's taken me a while to really understand this, and every single day I'm getting new levels of understanding around myself and how I can do better and things like that. And, these live streams, I think back right to when I first did my first live stream. I was just speaking with a client just before actually this show. That's why I was a little bit late today, about, fear and what that does to us, right? And how it cripples dreams. The #1 most killer of people's dreams in the whole entire world is literally fear, right? Fear of something that is not real. If you look at the definition of fear, fear isn't even real, right? Like I don't understand why, but it cripples people. It's just in our society these days as well. It's actually a good thing, by the way, I feel, right? It cripples a lot of people, but if you can turn that into fuel for the fire, especially when you're having a hard day or you're trying to get yourself over a hump. I used to be so scared of fearful of doing live streams because I was afraid of what someone was going to say, right? Was someone going to find what I have to say valuable, right? There's a common thread going around the internet right now. It's called imposter syndrome or something like that. People are calling it imposter syndrome, right? Feeling like you're an imposter when you know for a fact you've got skills that you can help people with, and you've got knowledge you can help people with, but you feel like an imposter, right? It's a very strange phenomenon that someone's come up with. I don't know who's sort of spoken about that to start with. It's just fascinating, I find. But everyone goes through it. Everyone goes through the fear. Everyone goes through that period of being able to, just take themselves to a new level and everything like that as well. You guys have comments, right? Let us know. As I said, in the comments, let us know what is it that you do to overcome, or when days get really, really hard. Let us know in the comments. When days get really, really hard, what do you do, right? What do you do differently? I'm just going to pull up the Facebook feed too, because this new app that I'm using right now for these shows, right, that makes it look super cool and everything. For some reason, it brings up some people as Facebook user if they haven't given this app permission or something like that. but I'm pretty sure it's going to be one of our regulars that has commented. So I'm just going to just pull that up now so I can kind of see who else is live here over and above just what I'm seeing on this app at the moment. A few people last week shot me messages asking what app we're using. We're using an app called StreamYard. It was recommended last week to us from Jonathan, right? So it was a great app. So, I've got Mum here live at the moment. Who else have we got here live? I don't know. We've got other people live across multiple different communities. So I can only see on the Jared Harmon Entrepreneur page, or at my public figure page, I can only see at the moment. That's okay. But we're streaming across several different groups as well. So just let us know in the comments what it is that's going on for you. How do you deal with fear? How do you deal with, when you have hard days? What do you do, right? When the going gets tough, what do you do? One of the most famous sayings I heard, I forget who I heard this from years ago. When the going gets tough, the tough get going, right? Those tough people, they push through, they go to a new level. This is what Business Warriors is about. This is what Business Warriors do. When the going gets tough, the tough get going. It is a mind switch that you must have in your own mind, right? So let me know in the comments, what is it? What do you do when the going gets tough? Right, what do you do? I'm just going to put this into the comments here as well. Because the cool thing about all of this is, what do you do when the going gets tough? What do you do differently? I'd love to hear, because all of this is just going to be able to help add value to everyone that's watching here today. So basically, as I said, in summary, for me, what's really important when the going gets tough is I've got to get myself out of the environment. I've got to get moving. So I'm out for a walk for 20 minutes. Secondly, I got this 2-liter jug that I walk around with. It's actually sitting out there because I just had lunch not long ago, sitting out in my kitchen. So I've got a 2-liter water that I'll drink, right, in addition to going for the walk. Number 3, I'll literally just do my thing, right? I'll go back to my, why I'm doing this, my bigger vision as to where I'm going with it all, especially with business and personal too, because business and personal is different for me, right? My greater vision for the business is, we want to become the most cutting edge sales and marketing company across the whole of Australia and New Zealand. And we're expanding, obviously, at the moment across the UK, the US, Canada. We've already got clients across all those areas, but we're looking to bring a lot more in those areas as well, so we can create more of a community in those areas, which is, increasing every single week at the moment, which is super exciting, by the way. And Aaliyah we've got here at the moment, who's just tuned in from the UK too. So, so you got to know what works for you when it comes to having tough days. I want to know in the comments. Just let me know, what do you do when the going gets tough? Aaliyah just said here she likes to ground and focus herself and find, a run helps clear the head. I think that's great. Once again, it's like the body moving, right? There's a bit of a theme here for people's, right? At the moment, it seems to be, if you're going for a run, some type of physical exercise, something like that. It's just great to get that body moving, get that body active, get the blood pumping, right? I was just listening to a podcast just recently, and there was a lot of stuff to say around 2 things that I've spoken about today. Water, one of them, and physical exercise. So she was saying in this podcast, we're like 97% or something like that water in our body, right? So when we get dehydrated, it, reduces our function, the way our body functions, and a lot of cognitive function reduces by like 10, 15% or something like that. Don't quote me on this, is what I got from the podcast, this well-known expert in the US. And she also said, that, what the water actually also helps you do is it lubricates all of your limbs, and it lubricates all of your muscles everywhere in your body. So, you can drink plenty of water, but if you don't exercise, it won't get to all sections in your body properly, the water. So as you said, you've got to exercise or get the blood pumping and circulating around your body at a higher rate to be able to help that water get to those other areas of your body to start healing it and lubricate it all as well, right? So I found it quite fascinating, those two things, right? And I've linked those two things to me having a bad day mindset-wise, right? Water and exercise being two major things, and food as well. Because, when I'm drinking 2, 3, sometimes even 4 liters a day of water, and I'm doing that consistently, my mind operates at a whole new level. My energy is a whole new level. And, that's why, some days you just get days where everything you touch is to gold, right? And everything goes the way that you want it to, right? And if every day went like that in business, it'd be freaking fantastic. But unfortunately, every day it doesn't, and that's okay. That's okay. We're all on our own journey, and that's what it's all about, right? So for me, my biggest tips are those ones today, and I hope you guys take something away from that as well. On Friday, we've got another episode coming up of the Marketing Funnels and Strategy Show. I know we share a lot about marketing and things like that as well, but this comes all into strategy today as well. If you're looking to take your business or your marketing to a whole new level, it's really, really important that we do still continue to use this one thing, which is, when those days get tough, find better ways for our mind to deal with it, our mind to help us move forward, right? And that's what it's all about. And it looks like we've got the lovely guest here as well who's decided to join us. Let's see who it is. Oh, wow, it's Serena. Look, guys, look who's here. You wouldn't read about it. Hi, Serena. I can't hear you. Why can't I hear you? Are you muted? I don't think you're muted. Isn't this fascinating, guys? She can't talk. Why have you muted yourself from everyone here, Serena? What's going on? I mean, you decide to come on fashionably late. We have 3 minutes left, and then you just don't talk to us. That's all right. I just wanted to bring Serena on anyway to tease her because she's so late. But, let's see if she can talk. Can you talk, Serena? No, you can't. Can't talk. I wonder why. Well, I could. It's giving me. Yeah. You definitely. So, if any of you speak sign language or anything, Serena can just talk sign language in the background, and I think that's going to be the best, really, to hear her today. Serena. Yep, she's here. That's what Mum said. Where's her note? Well, her note was in Messenger. That's where her note was to come today. But she's been busy. She's off doing stuff, getting stuff done. Isn't that right, Serena? And she sends me a private chat saying, I'm naughty. I wish I could highlight that one as well. It's all good. It's all good. All right, guys, we're going to wrap this one up for today. I wish we could get Serena talking because, she would be able to share some insights around, how she deals with, tough times when things get tough of a day, what she does as well. I would say, there in Bali, times get tough not very often anyway because she's in Bali. But she would definitely, go out and hit the pool. I'd be probably speaking to her saying she'd go out and hit the pool, right, to sort of, yeah. So, that response tells you exactly what she would do. Go out and hit the pool, dive in the pool. Alrighty, everybody. Thanks so much for tuning into the Marketing Funnels and Strategy Show. Make sure you tie into us and come and see the show on Friday. This Friday, 1 p.m. Perth, Western Australia time, which is 3 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time, and that is 5 p.m. New Zealand time, and that is on this Friday. So make sure that you are here to see the show. Until then, I want you to remember one thing. If you do not fight for your own freedom, nobody else will. So every single day, you must get out there. Every single day, you must take action. Every single day, you must make it happen. And remember to be the warrior. See you all Friday, 1 p.m. Talk soon.